From Trinidad and Albania to real estate, Shaq and Kelly brings you Smart Money Approach.
Hey guys, this is Kelly from Smart Money Approach. I'm here today with.
Shaq. So today we're doing it a bit differently. We are not sitting together in the same place. So we are co-hosting over Zoom, seeing how it's working.
That's right, this is our fifth podcast of Smart Money Approach, and we wanted to start talking a little bit about the importance of networking.
Okay, so I'll kick it off with talking about the networking. So I believe networking is important, and I've seen the importance of it because basically, let's say we were not partners and I knew A, B, and C. So let's say I was an expert in single family home, duplexes, and triplexes, but you are an expert on quadruplexes and commercial units. Then when we come together, we are an expert in all of them instead of just being half and half. Or let's say I'm trying to get into an area that you are familiar with, and you know a contractor, you know a real estate agent, you know a lender. Or for the last part, which I think I really like, is also to include your network is your net worth. So let's say, hey, I am able to put in $25,000 into a deal, and you're able to put in 30. Now, instead of me like going after a smaller deal with us come together, we can go after a bigger deal. Yes, the pie is going to be kind of split in a way, but though that builds relationships, that builds trust. It builds so much other stuff that by myself I wouldn't have. And now guess what? Now we are networking. Everybody you know, everything you know, now I know, and vice versa.
Actually, just listening to watching this video on YouTube, they saying like, "Hey, your network is your net worth." And I just got reminded of it. I think though the importance of networking is really it's really important to have in order to build like long-term relationships. And as we've said like in the previous videos, like we want to build a team wherever we like go and have like our deals in like every state. Let's say like we have a property manager, we have a lender, we have this and that in place in order to be the best at what we do.
Exactly. So also in this business you meet some really cool people, and even though you might not be partnering with them, they may know somebody else who probably is a perfect fit for you.
Yeah.
So your net worth is a net worth.
Yeah, we wanted to touch a little bit on the last book that we read, Long Distance Real Estate Investing. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. This book confirmed a lot of things I already knew, but it also really opened my mind to a lot of stuff I didn't know, or I didn't know how exactly to go about it. This book speaks about the start to finish process of long distance investing. It shows you like, hey, this is what you should look for. This is why you should look for it. This is how you should look for it. This is how you should really build your team and structure about it. This is how you should vet your contractors, your real estate agents, your property managers, and everybody else you deem necessary to get in on your team, and your lawyers. And it takes away the fright and the boogeyman that everybody has created around this concept of a long distance real estate investing. It's a great read, and it's going to be, we're probably going to put it in the description so that everybody can go read it. We got it originally from Bigger Pockets.
Okay. Also, like, I love the part that they mentioned in the beginning of the book to where like everybody was, oh no, like I don't really want to invest in a house that I never seen before. Like I don't really know what's going on in here. To where like even if it was in your area, you would still hire like a contractor, inspection, an appraisal, everything like that in order to know what's actually going on with the property.
Exactly.
Anything stopping you from investing out of state?
Exactly. He had touched on it in the book as well, and basically he had said that, hey, we normally invest so close because of the emotional attachment of actually seeing it. I can like touch it, like with our hands, I feel it. But long distance real estate investing, you can do the same thing nowadays. Hey, we got iPhones, we got cameras, we got all these things to our ability. We even got Zoom call right now that we can do this like long distance right now, to where it really allows us to be able to do everything and more that we couldn't have done. So I would say definitely go read it. Like I said, we're going to have the exact description and the order in the description of this video.
Okay, so another like topic we want to like touch on a little bit was like the importance of us revising and writing down like everything that we've done, or like stuff that we did but never really actually talked about.
Yes, me and Kelly has built and is continuously revising our system. And this goes from our goals to our daily activities, anything and everything it is to do with the business. And even which we are about to soon implement the actual hour by hour that we actually put into the business as well, for many different reasons. But to me, it is good to revise what you have done, what you did good, and how you can get better from that single action. Because it tells you like, hey, you're at this point A, and let's say your goal is to get to point D, then it shows you like, hey, this is what you need to work on to get to point D. And that's why I believe revising your daily task or goals or whatever may be, well, we do it weekly, but just like that constant revision is needed in order to run and operate a successful business, because you also don't want to continue making the same mistakes. What do you think, Kelly?
Totally agree on that. Also, like, I think it's really important to have that in order to see, like, in case you're like lagging on something, or like for a couple of days, which we were as well for like 2 weeks, I think, something like that, to where we were kind of busy with our personal lives and like, kind of like forgot about the podcast, or forgot to do our homework on our business and everything like that. I think it's really good to have that checklist. And once you do something, you like, I like checking things off that.
Just to pick up where Kelly left off, really going over it. And she mentioned in our system, we run everything through our iPhone. How we try to do it is we have these checklist marks next to everything, and we would click it off once it is all good. Let's say today we were supposed to call 3 contractors. We have that in the schedule, we go do it, and then we check it off. We even said, you know what we should actually do as well, Kelly? We should start like implementing next day, like a person like, hey, who did it? It may even become a like into competition.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we working together, but there's also like a little like competition between each other to like
I
see like.
remember our daily journal, to where I was the one who did it first, and you just ended. He guys just basically added a sentence to it to make it longer than mine, and looked like he accomplished more for some reason.
Exactly.
Okay.
Kelly just mentioned our daily journal, people, and our daily journal is part of our revision for what's the end of the week. That way we can go and review it to see what we accomplished that we may have forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 sides of it, and our stuff sits side by side. So the left side is hers and the right side is mine. And before we go to sleep at night, we write in there what we have accomplished. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I do like throw in some extra stuff there that like we can look at hers. So can I tell you, no, we do have a healthy competition
like you're
relationship as
writing
well.
an essay in high school. So
Exactly.
yeah. Okay then. So I also have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Some personal ones, I guess, about the business, of course. If you could give your younger self graduating high school some advice, what would it be, knowing what you know now?
When I was in high school, my junior and senior year, my best friend who's still my best friend today, shout out Dorian. We would always talk about getting into real estate somehow. He had family who was into real estate, also did I. And we would always talk about like, hey, this is what they're doing, this is how they're doing it. We always be talking about it. So I was in this mindset for a really long time now. Now, with knowing what I knew, I would have told my younger self, hey, don't just stop at talking about it. Start putting it into action. Start doing everything that you are saying right now. Start doing it right now to this day. Because if I did that, I would probably be maybe $500 deep, honestly. I would also tell myself, hey, go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and start educating yourself over finances. Like I've told everybody on here before, my first 7 years in the Army, I blew close to $250,000, yep, quarter mil. And I just didn't go out and spend it wildly, but why I said I blew it, I have nothing tangible to really show for it. Actually, that's not correct anymore. But actually, nope, let me go back. In my first 7 years, yes, it was. But now, hopefully today, me and Kelly would have $5. Yep, we close on another today, but we can get into that later. But yeah, that's what I would tell myself though. I would say, hey, don't just talk about it, go do it. Go do it right now. Go start implementing it. And then also on the financial side, hey, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and begin your financial education. Because growing up, I didn't learn that at all in my household. I didn't. We didn't really talk about finances in that way. We spoke about like, hey, yeah, we spend this much money on this shoes or that car or whatever it may be to like really like promote ourselves in that way. But we really didn't speak about the importance of really controlling your finances.
Yeah, I think like 99% of people are still like that. Like they don't really know what financial freedom actually means and how to teach that to their kids. Also, I think just like you and your friend wanted to invest in real estate, I also had like a couple of goals that I wanted to achieve after I graduated high school. And most of the time we think about what we want to do, like we say we're going to do this and that, but we don't actually put in the work to do it. And I think that's a big part on why most people kind of like fall off or don't do or don't achieve their goals, so to say.
That's very true. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Plus, too, a lot of us don't have the discipline it needs as well at that stage, I think. Mm-hmm. I think the Army kind of instilled the discipline in me that I needed. Okay, what's your next question?
It's about real estate, of course. So when did you realize that real estate was it for you?
I think I've always known that real estate would be it for me, because even before I started, like I said, like even like way back in high school, but as of last year, that's when it became like a hard, like, hey, do some stuff right now. Mm-hmm. And it was after my reenlistment. So okay. I would say probably around September timeframe. Yeah, it was like, hey, start doing something, and that's when I just totally dove in head first. Let's go right now, and I just began.
To be honest, for me, I never was really the type to think about real estate. Like nobody really talked to me about it, so I didn't know like that was an option for me. Or like I was like, oh, I don't have the money to do that. You need like ton of money in order to go into real estate. And then like after I met you and like you also started going into it and you like presented it to me, sort of say, that's when I was like, oh damn, like we can actually do it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Makes sense. Next up, anything else?
Not really.
Okay. Well, I don't think we have had like any lucky dummy situations right now. Can you think of any?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think.
No. I was gonna say like we were lucky dummy, like about like some money we throw into stuff, but that stuff crashed. Well, it didn't crash, but it's still doing okay. But yeah. So guys, once again, it's your boy Shaq, and I'm with my co-host
Kelly.
And it's a smart money approach. And thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and share.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Give it a thumbs up as well. Like.